Myra's in Now with Sports, and a name we all know from when we were a little younger, when he was at the peak of his game. Was Victor Petrenko the big nemesis?
No, Brian Boitano. He had a big thing with Brian Boitano. So did the other Brian Orser.
Yeah,
but
that's who I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Anyhow, Curt Browning, we all know him.
We all know him, except one of the guys at Save on Foods Memorial Centre didn't know him, actually, but not since the Victoria Royals inaugural season. Have we seen the ice at Save on Foods Memorial Centre being put to good use? But tonight, and for one night only, some of the best on blades will be on Victoria ice. The curtain rises on the Investors Group Stars on Ice figure skating show at 7 p.m. Four-time world champion Curt Browning choreographed the show, and he was vibrating with excitement when we caught up with him at rehearsal just over an hour ago. Is this a part of what we can expect tonight?
Oh, yeah. Hope I saved some for tonight.
Yeah.
Ashley Wagner from the United States. She's new to Stars on Ice. Is out doing her program right now. And the show is called Love and Life, and we're loving life in this show and having a great time. Investors Group has, filled the bill and paid the tickets, and we're back. And I thank they're very much for the sponsors, Investors Group and Lint, and now I'm the boss, so I'm having a great time.
Talk a little bit about that. You are the boss. You're the grand poobah of this show and the choreographer.
Well, at least I'm a choreographer. No one, but the choreography is a lot of fun for me to be able to have my own ideas and put them out there. And after over 2 decades of doing this, it was so much fun to get to work with this many talented people, Joni Rochette and Jeffrey Buttle. We're all great friends, and Jeffrey Buttle helped with the choreography as well. So it's really in-house, and it's weird to be the skater and the choreographer at the same time, because sometimes I forget the step and then the cast is laughing at me. But it's a real family group out here, and very proud of the show.
Some new faces, some familiar faces. We've got a great cast here.
Well, Jeremy Abbott, Mr. Abbott, is absolutely amazing. He brings a triple axel to the show, and he just, Ashley and Jeremy and Tessa Virtue and Scott Moyer, who just won the world title again, and they all came from the World Championship, so they're in the best shape of their lives, and some of us are there to laugh at, and some of us are there to impress, and together it's a good show.
Any tricks up your sleeve? Any special?
I do. I'm growing hair tonight, so
wow.
You may or may not want to come out for that.
And again, the show starts at 7 p.m. at Save on Foods Memorial Centre. Well, Victoria's Ryder Hesjedal remains in second place after 11 stages at the Giro d'Italia. Canada's top cyclist finished today's 255-kilometer stage with the lead pack in 6 hours, 49 minutes, and 5 seconds. It's a lot of time in the saddle. Ryder remains 17 seconds back of the overall leader, Joaquim Rodriguez.
Set.
Island High School Track and Field Championships kicking off at UVic this afternoon. Participation a little thinned out this year because of the job action, but the Island's best put their best feet forward to earn trips to the BC Championships in Burnaby. The usual suspects from Oak Bay had a strong day, qualifying for finals up and down the board on the boys and girls side, but the competition is stiff and there's much more than just a ribbon at stake.
A lot on the line. It's still bragging rights. You still want to be an Island champion. The kids still love getting their first, second, and third place ribbons. It means a lot to them, and so I'm glad we're putting this on. So this is a chance to compete and maybe get recognized and get a scholarship.
What school has the most spirit?
The most spirit? You know what? Oak Bay's got the most spirit because they get the most ribbons, so that gives you a lot of spirit.
Oak Bay athletes won't be running away with all the hardware, though. The girls' 800-meter final should come down to a sister showdown between a couple of Nanaimo athletes. Rebecca and Miriam Bassett are in grade 11 and 10, respectively, and the two NDSS runners will not let up for sisters' sake.
I was just aiming to come into the top 3 because today is my heats and then tomorrow is my finals, and to get into finals we needed to be top 3. I was really happy with how my race went and how I felt, really comfortable.
What's the competition like for you?
My little sister. Me and her are going to be battling. And you gotta congratulate each other and be happy for both how you did and your sister.
Do you have any words for your sister on what's going to happen tomorrow?
Get ready. Be prepared.
We're going to do some stuff today. Try and get our mind set.
Well, the oldest piece of high school hardware on the island is up for grabs tomorrow as Oak Bay hosts St. Mike's for the Howard Russell Cup. It's the 24th consecutive meeting between these two schools for a trophy that's been hotly contested since 1926. The Howard Russell Cup is given to the South Island champs, but there's more at stake than just the Howie.
Well, you have the pride of winning the trophy in the city championship, but for us it means we will be able to hold on to our second ranking, and SMU, obviously, who currently ranks 7th in the province, would like to move up, and if they're able to knock us off, they will.
We're working out in the heat, working our tackles, rucking, and getting that ball back, getting over our rocks, and working to get that ball back.
Tomorrow's Howard Russell Cup final will mark the second time these two rugby rivals will go at it this month. The Barbs and Blue Jags recently played for the Gareth Rees boot at St. Mike's. Oak Bay managed to defend that trophy for another year, but St. Mike's gave Oak Bay a good run, and they expect to see SMU's best tomorrow.
The boot game is more of a social game because everyone shows up for it, but the Howard Russell is the city final. It's more important to the league and your standings in the league and BC finals.
Yeah, we learned a few things. They had, for our liking, had too much possession, and we're going to try and do a little better at the breakdown. They've got a number of strong players, including Joe Ehrlich and Jeff Nishima Miller, and they're definitely their leaders, and so we're going to try and find a way that we can get the bit more ball and let our explosive backs go.
Suspensions, and lots of them are being handed out to the Nanaimo Intermediate Timbermen and the Coquitlam Adirondacks for this madness that took place over the weekend at Frank Crane Arena. BC Lacrosse is suspending 15 players for their part in this all-out street fight that erupted between the two teams, but they won't disclose which players are being suspended or for how long. Coquitlam was leading the game 15-4 in the second period when the fight broke out. That may be why the fight broke out. Now expect both teams to have shortened benches when they play their next league games, and no, they will not be playing each other.